Birds here on Kiwi. Time now is 9:36.
You're listening to the Radio Wammo Breakfast, only on Kiwi.
It is time for another episode of Wine Vault Radio with Jason Bryant from winevaulttv.com. Good morning to you, Jason.
Good morning, Wammo. How are you?
And also, very good, thank you. And also Mel Parsons, musician, joining us in the Kiwi studio as well. Hello to you, Mel.
Hello.
Lovely to have you. And what are you doing here, Mel?
Well, I've got a show actually on Sunday night.
In Auckland City?
Yeah, in Auckland City at Monte Cristo.
Right, you're getting a few in before Christmas?
Yeah, a couple, yeah.
And you're also heading to Nelson as well?
We've just been to Nelson last weekend. Yep.
Excellent.
Yes.
And it's also been a very busy week for you, Jason. Golly gosh.
Extremely busy.
You've been...
hence the bags.
Yeah. Because you flew out of here last Friday.
Yep, that was to do TV3.
The TV3. You've been in magazines.
Yep.
Online publications.
Yep.
Also another TV program, Media 7 last night.
That was last night, yep.
Hanging out at the winery with Russell Brown.
Quite apt, I thought.
And you've had very special guests on your show as well.
Sir Robert, Lord, Baron, Professor. I thought that the whole kind of length of his titles was going to take up the whole show as I was introducing him.
Yeah.
And it just kept going on, and the accolades and the medals and kind of like the...
Winston,
yeah.
Robert
Winston.
Robert Winston.
Yeah, lovely guy. And then I spent the next couple of hours kind of having a glass of wine with him. God, it was cool.
He said, with your accent, he would have felt like he'd never left home.
Exactly. And he was really, really cool.
Yeah.
I felt slightly intimidated by him.
Just because of his big brain?
Yeah, I didn't have any questions kind of planned. I'm not one of those type of people that's kind of particularly planned.
Yeah.
Don't plan anything, really.
Not everyone, of course, know who Robert Winston is. Do you know who Robert Winston is, Mel?
I don't.
You probably heard his voice, and you might have seen one of his telly shows. Now, he did The Child of Our Times.
The Human Body.
Oh, wow,
Human
that
Body.
guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
That's awesome.
Isn't it?
And so no, it was really, really good fun. And if I hadn't have got to do other stuff later on that day, I would have gone out to dinner and he was kind of hanging out.
I invited you.
He wanted to go out and kind of do all that
party.
kind of stuff. And
you could have shown him the night spots.
Yeah, paint the town red. He was always a Labour lord.
He could have told you after every drink. Okay, now this is what it's doing to your brain. This is how it's going to your blood system.
Intimidating.
Yeah,
but he'd drunk a lot more wine than I ever had. I mean, he's 69 and he's done first growth Bordeaux and yeah. He knows his stuff. Knows his onions.
Yeah.
So
that is bound to be a popular episode. I recommend people go and check that out at winevaulttv.com. It's the latest one, is it?
The latest one, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I did record one yesterday as well, but I didn't really want to put it up. I didn't really want to take Robert out of the limelight just yet.
It is almost like you're only as good as your last video.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the pinnacle. So, and we got a wine to taste as well.
Yep.
And this is Cooper's Creek, the Little Rascal Arnaeus, and Arnaeus basically translates as Little Rascal because it's really damn difficult to grow. It's temperamental, and it's grown up in Piedmont in kind of northern Italy, and it's quite funky.
Cool.
I'll track that to the sound of romance. Yeah,
indeed. Mel is in the Kiwi studio with Mel Parsons, musician. So you got these shows. The shows already happened in Nelson. How did that go?
Yeah, it was good. It was really cool. Yeah, we played at the Boathouse, which is like right hangs out over the water.
Yeah,
which is it was really cool.
It is a lovely spot there.
Mm-hmm.
And how's 2009 been for you? It's been
good.
A good year?
It's been really good. It's been busy, but great.
You
busy's good.
Released the album this year, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. It came out in March, and then we toured the whole country in March and April, and then just been doing little bits and pieces of tours and shows here and there, and spent the winter skiing in the South Island as well. And
Are you a ski instructor?
I might be.
Yeah. Thought so.
Yes.
So, have you been competing as well? And
no, definitely not.
No,
definitely not. No, it's just for fun.
And skiing as opposed to snowboarding?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's snowboarding. I mean, the snowboarding has its merits, but I'm a skier definitely.
Is the Kiwi summer good enough to keep you here, or do you like going to the Northern Hemisphere?
Well, yes and no. I would love to go away and spend 4 months overseas every year, but then that kind of cuts out the summer season here, so I'm hopefully going to head to Japan in February for a few weeks.
Yeah,
very nice.
Yes,
because
the winter Winter Games is coming up next year.
February,
Yeah.
Vancouver.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Does that spin your wheels? You enjoy that sort of stuff?
Not so much, actually. I prefer like the less populated kind of stuff, powder and hanging out in quieter places.
Yeah, for sure. What about you, Jason? Winter sports?
Well, I used to play ice hockey.
Did you?
I don't.
Didn't picture you as an...
I know. English Division 1.
Really?
So, yeah, I had my place and kind of played for quite a few teams over there and did pretty well. Then I played in Canada, and I know I don't have the physique now, and rather than the six-pack,
No,
I've got
that's
the keg.
Wow.
That's
Did you used to
obvious.
start the fights? You know how they have the fights and
Yeah.
That's part of the strategy of the game, though.
Yeah.
But you only fight another fighter.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's very strategic. If your main guy's getting roughed up, then you send your fighter out, and then he goes and fights, and then whoever wins the fight generally wins the game.
Wow. Because I went to a
Yeah.
few ice hockey games in Canada, and it seemed like people went to ice hockey games to see
To see the
fights.
fights, yeah.
No, it's a
like
thrilling, fast team sport.
And that,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm sure it was the fights that filled up these stadiums.
go to car racing to see the crashes. Hey, let's get on those
Yeah.
and this. Refresh us again.
Arnass, Cooper's Creek Arnass.
Very fragrant.
Yeah.
You smell it in the... Oh, you're not so... What's... Yeah, not happy.
Maybe the glassware. I don't get anything off the top of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, we've also got Sam in the studio.
Yeah,
When
come
we
on.
opened the bottle, you must have just smelt it coming out. You know, you're not even...
No, not as strongly as
Not-
I have others.
Not, okay, all right. Let's...
There's a hint of something on the nose, but it's for me.
Well, it's... I'm wandering through a meadow of marigolds, to be honest.
That's brilliant.
It's got a delicate feminine curl to the palate. It's quite soapy almost. You get a lot of fruit and then you get a bit of soapiness
Oh,
there.
that's a very nice thing to say about a...
Soapy.
Yeah, no, in a good, in a very positive way. Oily, soapy kind of character when you first taste it, and then then it goes kind of minerally dry.
We might just let that one sit for a little bit.
Yeah.
Mel Parsons has brought in a guitar and she's going to play us a song
Yeah.
in the
Cool.
Kiwi studio. Mel Parsons live.
Oh. I switch off the box and on go my favorite socks, and I turn up the CD that reminds me of you. Yeah, I sing along to your favorite tune, the one with the love just like the moon. And I turn up the radio and I think of you. So tell me, darling, darling, when are you coming home? Darling, darling, I can't touch you down the phone. No. Darling, darling, when are you coming home? When are you coming home? Well, I stay up all hours, there's no one to bring me flowers, and I keep wondering, where might you be? Yeah, well, maybe you are laying drains or putting in the window panes. I am all alone, but I am thinking of you. So tell me, darling, darling, when are you coming home? Darling, darling, I can't touch you down the phone. No. Darling, darling, when are you coming home? When are you coming home? Well, I go about my daily stuff and trying not to make a fuss, and life goes on regardless. Yeah, I'm doing well, but the good times, they just ain't the same. You're not around, it seems a shame. I am half a world away, but I'm dreaming of you. So tell me, darling, darling, when are you coming home? Darling, darling, I can't touch you down the phone. No. Darling, darling, when are you coming home? When are you coming home? darling, when are you coming home? Darling, darling, when are you coming home? Darling, darling, when are you coming home? Darling, darling, when are you coming home?
Mel Parsons. Woo!
Thank you.
I am so impressed.
What a performance! And there's also a video up on the YouTubes for that one
There
as
is,
well.
yeah, there is.
Yeah. For that one, which I noticed
Yeah.
you got a wee article and dialogue about that.
Yeah,
the making of that
that
as well.
railway story, yeah.
Well, worth checking out. Thanks so much, Mel Parsons.
Oh, thank you.
And
Thanks for having me.
another episode of Wine Vault Radio.
I'm speechless. I am. I love music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, nice.
Yep.
Well, we'll see you next time.